AI-generated videos like these are all over the internet, and ones portraying biodiversity can be particularly problematic. While most people can distinguish content like this as AI, they can spread misconceptions about animals, promote unethical behavior towards them, and desensitize viewers from real animal issues. With the adoption of generative AI into the student workflow, generating images of wildlife is something slowly being adopted by landscape architecture students. However, the problem with so many landscape architects is that we don't know all that much about nature to begin with, so using AI as a means to represent nature can be quite dangerous without precision. In order to test this, I wanted to test my landscape architecture friends to see if they could identify between real and AI-generated images of local biodiversity. Now, my test subjects used a variety of techniques to differentiate between the images. Those with poor biodiversity knowledge tried and identified if the image itself was AI by looking for giveaway clues. However, this yielded quite poor results, so we know that AI images at this stage are very, very convincing. On the other hand, some of my friends with slightly better knowledge of biodiversity based it off their own knowledge, and while it yielded better results, the precision was still not very high. Even those with higher biodiversity knowledge, while able to distinguish most of the errors that AI made, weren't prone to making some mistakes. So what's the point of this little experiment? AI is making it easier for us to believe things that aren't real. If publicized by an unknowing design team and without the supervision of experts, that is blatant misinformation of nature being shared to the client and potentially even the public. Of course, these are just problems of the day, and as AI goes on to develop its technology, it's just a matter of time before we can get hyper-realistic images of a greater variety of species. That's why results like these shocked me, because these are really good replications. So good that they can even trick identification software that they are real. But as self-proclaimed stewards of nature, is it actually ethical for us to be using these at all? I think before being enticed by the capabilities of AI, we should not forget the value of publicizing the real deal.